Hey guys, welcome to Drupal Learn. Today we are going to see what are content types in Drupal. Now let's go ahead and get started. I'm logging into my website. Now, what are content types and where can we find them? If you go under the admin menu under structure, you can see content types. So as the name itself suggests, this is a method of grouping different kind of contents that share similar characteristics or similar elements. For example, by default, Drupal provides two content types. One is article and the other one is a basic page. And based on their description, you can have more info about what these two types can be used for. For example, you can use articles for time sensitive content like news, press releases, a blog post, and the basic page content type can be used for static contents such as an about us page. Now, you can create your own content type based on your need. Now, let's go ahead and create a new content type. Let's say I need to show some events in my website, uh, which will have a start time and an end time and a description. So, I'm going to create a new content type named event. Now, click on content type, type in the name of the content type, event. Now these are some default settings. Now the publishing options. So what this does is actually when you create a new event content type, should it be published by default? Should it be promoted to front page? And should it create revision upon further edition of individual events? These are the options. Now let's go ahead and uncheck this. We don't want this. Now this is display author and date information. This will actually populate when the event was created when you are accessing the event page. Now menu settings is nothing but should this event be linked to a menu. Now we will come back to this later. Let's go ahead and save, manage fields. Now by default, every content type will have a body field. Now since this is an event and we want a start time and an end time, we need to add the respective fields by clicking on add field. Now we need a date field. Click on it. Now give a label for the date field. Start date. Now hit on save and continue. Now the date type is date and time. Of course, we would want the date and the time as well. If you want just the date, you can choose date only. Now I'm gonna choose date only for now and go ahead, hit on save field settings. Now if you want a default value, which we don't need, and the help text is something that we put right below this field. Now let's add this. This is the start date of an event. Now let's go ahead and also add an end date. And we'll leave it as date. And settings. Now if you go back to your site, let's go ahead and add a few events, which is under content, add content and event. Click on it. Now let's say we have our event 1 and we'll click on this and the end date is tomorrow, and this is a seminar on advanced technology or something. Now as you can see here, there's a publish option which we already enabled. It's enabled by default. Once you go ahead, and the other is the one who hasn't, and if you want a revision log message, you can enter it here. And the menu settings, you can provide a menu link if you want one, and you can add the alias to, let's say we can add an alias, and in default in Drupal every alias should start with the leading slash which is given in the description. Now we can add an alias, say event seminar. These are the authoring informations. So when it is created, the date and time, and the promotion options. We are now promoting to this front page. Now let's go ahead and save it. As you can see, the event one is created and you display the start date and the event date. Now, if you have like a bunch of events like this, and then you can go for a content type as suggested, as discussed earlier. Now, since the node is published, you can view this even as an anonymous user. Now I'm logging out. I'm pasting the URL. As you can see, you can still view it. If you go ahead, log in back, and remove the published options. Now you can see there's a background here which indicates the event is not published. And also if you log out and you try to access the event, you will have an access denied. So today we have seen some basics on Drupal content type. Thanks for watching guys.